Welcome back to another episode of Sports-Fixx. I'm your host, Carson Becker. We are back talking during Super Bowl week. Obviously, we got the Super Bowl coming up this Sunday. Patriots, Seahawks, rematch of Super Bowl 49 back in 2015. And this should be another great game. We all remember how that one ended, not handing the ball off to Marshawn Lynch on the 1-yard line. Who knows what Pete Carroll was thinking in that point. Obviously, a pick play. Most likely that's not going to end up in an interception unless the cornerback just knows it's happening. I've seen a lot of videos at this point. Malcolm Butler, they went over it in practice, leading up. Bill Belichick was just a great game planner. So obviously he knew that play was coming when he saw that formation, reads the play, intercepts the ball. Patriots win the Super Bowl 28-24. So a great game there. This should be another great game. Two very good defenses, kind of like that Super Bowl matchup back in 2015 as well. You had the Richard Sherman, Legion of Boom, Seattle Seahawks. Patriots also had a very good defense as well. So another game kind of like that. We got two great young guys on both of these teams. So we have Drake May on the Patriots, young quarterback in the MVP race, and then you have Jackson Smith-Njigba, JSN on Seattle, who's been making plays all season and in the playoffs has been having great playoff. Seattle putting up a ton of points in the playoff, 41 in their first matchup, 31 in their last matchup. So a lot of points from them, but this Patriots defense is very, very good compared to those last two defenses. Right? So same thing there. Patriots have not been putting up a lot of points, but they have a very good defense and have been going up against some of the best defenses in the playoffs. I know the schedule, whatever. At this point, if Patriots win on Sunday, they would have played 16 different teams, I believe. And so if half the league is not good, then what are you going to do? That's an NFL problem, not a New England problem. So we'll see what happens there. Obviously, maybe an easier road, maybe not. Who knows? They played great defenses. Obviously, Drake May hasn't looked nearly as good as they probably wanted him to, where a lot of fumbles has been a problem. Protecting Drake May has also been a problem, causing a lot of fumbles. So, a lot of turnovers there. They're definitely going to have to clean that up for this game. Turnovers will kill you in a big playoff game like this, Super Bowl. So, that's definitely going to have to be cleaned up for this game. Seattle, very good at not turning the ball over. They take care of the ball very well. Obviously, you got to worry about Rashid Shaheed returning kicks. That's also another big factor here in this game as well. So, both teams sitting at 14-3. Both had great seasons. Patriots have had two really bad seasons before this season, so no one really thought they were going to be here, including me as a Patriots fan. I expected them to maybe make the playoffs at best. Definitely did not expect them to make the Super Bowl and look this good. Drake May has been a huge part of that. So, MVP Drake May, JSN, who's just been unbelievable. They're probably going to put Christian Gonzalez on JSN, but I still see him making a lot of plays in this game and having a huge difference. So, we'll see what happens with that. JSN definitely going to get open. I like him for a touchdown in this game. I do think the Patriots can slow him down a little bit, but I don't think they can shut him down, even with Christian Gonzalez. He does give up some big plays like he did in that Broncos game early on, the first touchdown pass. Leading up to the first touchdown pass in that game, he gave up the big play. And so he is not always going to shut down a guy. I don't see them shutting down this guy. So we'll see what happens with that. Patriots defense would definitely have to look to double him or do something more than just put Christian Gonzalez on him, even though he's a very good cornerback. So we'll see what happens there. Patriots, I think on their offense side of the ball, they need to get the run game going, which they really haven't been able to all playoffs. And so I think using both running backs, getting them the ball, getting good runs, open up the pass game a little for Drake May, calm him down a little bit. He's probably going to be, both quarterbacks really haven't been here yet, so could be a little bit of nerves coming out of this game, out of the gates. It's a low over-under at 45.5, I believe. Yeah, 45.5. So a low over-under, but I like it, honestly. I like to see an under in this game. A lot of big, good defenses in this game. Seattle has put up a lot of points, 41 in their first matchup, 31 in the last game they played, and New England has scored 10 points Then I think they scored 28, and then they scored like 16 or 18 points this playoff. So they haven't been putting up a ton of points, relying on that defense a lot. They're going to have to rely on that defense again in this game, but try to get some points on the board to help out that defense. So a couple bets I like for this game. I said earlier, JSN anytime touchdown. I like that one. I don't think Christian Gonzalez shuts him down completely. I think he slows him down a little bit. If the Patriots are going to win, they're going to have to shut him down. If they don't shut him down, I think Seattle probably takes this one, and it's just too much offense and not enough offense for New England. So we'll see what happens there. Another big one a lot of people I see are talking about is over 2.5 players completing a pass or throwing a pass. So you got both the quarterbacks, obviously, and then like a wide receiver or running back throwing the ball as well. I could maybe see one of these coaches cooking up a trick play like that, and a lot of people are freaking out about it because of the Cooper Kupp posting him throwing a football during this week. I think that's a little too obvious. I don't know if they come out and call a play for Cooper Kupp to throw the ball, but maybe they call it for somebody else. But for me, I'm probably staying away from that one for this game. I don't know if I trust it enough. Could be a little bit of a diversion for Cooper Kupp there. I keep wanting to say Cooper Flag, not Cooper Flag. He's in the NBA. So Cooper Kupp there, another great wide receiver that they're going to have to shut down a little bit for New England. And then on New England's side of the ball, you got Kayshon Boutte, made the great catch in the Denver game last week in the snow. Great play, great throw by Drake May. So it was a fantastic play. They're going to have to get him the ball. Stephon Diggs looking for his first Super Bowl in this game for this one. And, I mean, Drake May, he's really just going to have to thrive under pressure. He's probably going to have a lot of pressure on him. That left side of the offensive line has not done great this postseason, but they did probably better in that Broncos game, but the Patriots did run the ball a lot, so it was a little bit different there. But, I mean, he's really just going to have to protect the ball. They're going to have to call up some plays that are easy throws for him, get him a little confidence, get him rolling. Once he gets rolling, he's played like he has all season, then I think the Patriots have a good shot here if they can do that for him. So I think this is going to be a great game. Like I said earlier, over-under set at 45.5. I think it's an under, even with the low over-under. I think it's an under. I think the teams sit at 24-17, which puts you at 41, and then maybe even of 24-21, which puts you just at 45. So just hitting that under right now with the 45.5 under our point total. So I do like to see an under, a lot of defense. Seattle is favored by 4.5 in this one as well, so should be a close game, should be a great game, and it's the last game of the NFL season, so hopefully we get a great game, good finish to this fantastic season. It's been really crazy. No Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, no Lamar Jackson. Buffalo still can't quite get it done as Denver advances the number 1 seed, Seattle the number 1 seed, and the NFC advancing to the Super Bowl, so just been a kind of a crazy season. The Chicago Bears had a great season. I mean, just some teams you didn't really expect to be here or have gone and made some great runs this season. So it's been a great season. We'll see how it ends on Sunday, 6:30, Super Bowl 60. Patriots versus Seahawks. And so now with that, the Super Bowl, I'm going to talk about something else. So we're going to talk about some college hoops here. We have some good games this week, and on Saturday, we have UConn versus St. John's, number 3 versus number 16, I believe, St. John's, on the road. And UConn they've had a great season. They've had a great season, sitting at, 21-1, 22-1, whatever it is. Looking like that Dan Hurley team that we saw a couple years ago where they went back-to-back. I mean, just another great team. Their women's team is back to an undefeated season, 23-0. We all remember their fantastic run where they won 100 and whatever games in a row or whatever it was. I mean, 7 national championships in a row or whatever it was. So UConn had some great basketball teams in the past. They have another one this year. St. John's also been a very good team. Rick Pitino's really turned that team around. They had a great season last season, looking pretty good this season. UConn undefeated in conference play, looking to stay that way this weekend. On Friday, we have UConn versus St. John's. Should be a great one. I like UConn in that one. I like them to continue their great run. Now, don't take away the St. John's team. They are a very good team and playing at home. And a lot of the time, I like a home favorite for college basketball, but this UConn team is just looking really good right now. They're hot, and so I like UConn to stay undefeated in conference play on the road. Then on Saturday, you got one of the biggest rivalry in all of sports. Duke versus North Carolina. It's basketball. It's what all the fans that go to Duke and North Carolina wait for. Obviously, they're happy for Drake May, North Carolina graduate, to be in the Super Bowl as well, but they're really looking forward to this basketball game here in Chapel Hill. Duke sitting as the number 4 team in the country, UNC sitting at 14th. This one in Chapel Hill, and two original Blue Bloods. College basketball, fans have been camping out outside that stadium for weeks at this point. They all got their tents set up, I'm sure. I haven't actually seen any videos this year, but I remember past videos. You probably see some this week. They'll have reporters out there interviewing students who've been sitting there for 4 weeks or whatever it is to get tickets for this game. So we'll see. Should be a great game. It's always a great game when these two teams come together. I like UNC. I usually like a home favorite in these games. The stadium atmosphere is usually a big part of the game. Duke has been the better team this year, but UNC has been very good as well. And so I think UNC wins this one in a very close one. Should be a great game on Saturday night. And then if you're looking for another Saturday night matchup, number 8 Illinois going on the road to face Tom Izzo and the Michigan State Spartans. Another game that should be great. 5 versus 10. Illinois sitting at 5. Michigan State sitting at 10. Michigan State, another team that's been great. Illinois has been great. The Big Ten has been really, really good in basketball this year. They have Purdue, Illinois, Michigan State. Michigan has been really good this year as well. So some great teams in the Big Ten. This game should be great as well. I really can't bet against Tom Izzo in a big game like this. March Madness, I always have him winning the first game, basically no matter who he plays. He's just a great coach that knows how to coach big games. And I see him doing it here again, beating a very good Illinois team at home on Saturday night. So should have a great game there. Should have a great weekend of sports with some basketball, some football on Sunday. So we'll see what happens with all that. That's all I have for this episode of Sports-Fixx. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this week of college basketball and this weekend of college basketball and the Super Bowl. I know I will. So I am Carson Becker, and I will see you next time.